Hello besties, welcome back to the channel. My name is Esther. I am a Namibian YouTuber. I live in the UK. So today we are going to talk about, I'm going to do comparisons between the Namibian banking system and the one in UK. Okay, so disclaimer, this is just my personal experiences. It's not it wasn't a research that I really did, but it's just according to what I know. Okay, so before I get into the video, I just want to give a little bit of a backstory. So when I visited Namibia in December, I wanted to close two bank accounts, right? I have a FNB, that is First National Bank account, and I also have a Ned Bank account, right? And I wanted to open a Bank Windhoek account, right? So one day I went to the first day I went to Bank Windhoek to try and open an account, and I think I went in the afternoon. It was around 3 o'clock. The lady at the counter asked me for a payslip. She told me, no, you need your ID and then you need your payslip. I told her I don't have a Namibian payslip because I don't live in Namibia, I don't work in Namibia, so I don't have a Namibian payslip. And then she was like, so if you don't have a payslip, you cannot open an account. Yeah, just like that. So it was in the afternoon, so and I wanted to go, so I just left that day. Okay. uh and then I came back the second day to the same bank, to Bank Windhoek, but I went to a different branch. I went to the main branch. I think the branch in John Maynard. I don't know the branch close to oh my god. I don't know, but I went to the bank in town, the biggest bank, the biggest branch in town. I think it's opposite Standard Bank or Hungry Lion, somewhere there. So first of all, I stood in the queue for like 30 minutes, right? And then when I got to the counter, I told the guy, no, I don't live in Namibia, but I want an account, or so that it can be easy for me to send money home, sometimes through my account and all that. So the guy told me, no, if you don't live in Namibia and if you don't work in Namibia, you will need to open this type of account. I don't remember the name of the type of account he told me, but then with this account you need to deposit 1,000 Namibian dollars. Okay, fine, right away. And then I was like, I don't have 1,000, but I had 800 Namibian dollars cash on me that day. So I called my sister and I asked her to send me 200 so that I can have $1,000, and then be able to open this account. Fine. My sister sent me Easy Wallet, and then I went outside the bank, just outside, to go and withdraw that 200 and then add it to my money. Fine. When I came back to the counter, obviously I found this guy helping somebody else because obviously he cannot wait for me. And then I waited for up to an hour because, mind you, this guy was also opening an account. The customer that I found at the teller, at the counter, was opening an account. Now you can imagine how much longer I was gonna wait, because I didn't even take long at the ATM. Because the ATM is just outside the bank, so I didn't even go far. But then when I came back, obviously there was somebody at the teller, so I waited for almost for an hour. Whew. Yeah, because that guy was the only one that can open that type of account. There were three people, there were three counters helping this queue where I was. But when I went to the other lady at the other counter, she told me, no, I need to be helped at this counter. So I came back to the queue, lasted for an hour, and then finally when I went to the counter, the guy was asking me so many questions, and then he told me they don't have bob cards, they don't have physical cards, they don't have cards, so he cannot give me a card that day. Fine. Mind you, I was traveling back to the UK the next day, the next morning. So the guy told me he can open the account, but he cannot give me the card. And then I was like, so if you can't give me the card, will I be able to, operate the app? Will I be able to use the app? But then the problem is that you can't use the app without the card. You know, you need the card details to operate the app. And I was like, I asked him, can someone come and collect that card? Because I was thinking my sister can come and collect that card. Then he said, no, they do not give, they can't give the card to anyone apart from the owner of the card, which I understand. But imagine I've already spent an hour 30 minutes in this bank, eh? And he told me there's no card, so there's nothing I can do. That is it. I can't open this account because if I can't get the card now, today, so I can go with it to the UK tomorrow, then there's no point opening this account. Now I'm thinking, if only he had told me that they don't have cards, you know, because at first I already told him that, you know. So I end up leaving. And mind you, I've spent 2 hours in that bank, you know. So that is, so my sister was leaving to the Netherlands that day, okay? And we were dropping her to the airport. Like, there was 1 hour left before we drive to the airport to go and drop off my sister and her husband. Like, so I thought, okay, there's still 1 hour. Let me just use this 1 hour and then go to FNB, which is First National Bank, to go and close that account. Because I wanted to close the FNB account because I don't use it. I don't send money there. I can't use it. There's no way I use it, you know. So, and because FNB is it's just expensive. They take too much money. Their charges are just too much. So I wanted to close this account. Right. So I decided, I think I came out of that bank at around 3 o'clock. So I decided, let me go to FNB. The banks are not far from each other because they are all in the city center anyway. So I walked to FNB, the main branch. So, guys, that day, you know, when I walked, that was around 3 already. So when I walked into that bank, I didn't take long in the queue, thank God. I walked to the counter, and then this lady at the counter, I told her, no, I'm here to open, to close an account. She told me, from which branch is the account? I told her, no, the account is from Ongwediva. And then she said, then you need to go to Ongwediva to close that account. Hey, guys. So are you telling me that if I'm in Windhoek, I can't close, or I can't even operate an account that is from Ongwediva? Lies. I told her, no, I can't go to Ongwediva today because I'm traveling to the UK tomorrow. I don't know if because I mentioned the UK or what, the lady the mood changed, and she literally didn't even help me. She was like, no, if the account, if you don't use, because I told her I don't use that account and I need it closed. If you don't use the account for a long time, it will just close automatically. And I said, how? Because I told her that account, I have not even used it like for 3 years, but it never closed. But there was money in that account anyway. There's no way it could close because there was money. But this time around, I've cleared all the money. Like, she could have maybe even told me that you can't close this account today because there's still transactions that need to get settled and all that. But not to tell me that you need to go to Ongwediva to go and close the account because that is where you open the account. Long story short, that day I left that bank without closing that account. Yeah. So that day was just unsuccessful, you know. First of all, I went to that bank window to open an account. I didn't open. And then I went to FNB to close an account. I didn't close it. Right. Let's now get into today's video. So in this video, I'm just going to do comparisons between banking systems in Namibia and banking systems in the UK according to my own experience, okay? Point number one that I want to talk about here is customer service. Guys, please, bankers, people in Namibia, you need to improve on your customer service. You know, some of the Some of the people are so rude. People are so impatient. People give the wrong information to customers. People don't respect customers in Namibia. People are so like, we need to improve on our customer service is service providers in Namibia. And it's not just banks, anywhere, everywhere. People are so rude, honestly. And if you are an employer, you need to provide in-service trainings about customer care in your organizations. Please, guys. All right, now let me talk about customer care in the UK. One thing I love about living in the UK is that people respect their customers. Service providers respect customers. They just give proper service. You get what you pay for. You spend your money and you get proper service here in the UK, honestly speaking. So let's talk about opening of accounts, right? So in the Namibian banks, when you want to open an account, you can walk into the bank and just open an account that day at the teller, all right? But then all you need is your payslip, you need your identification document, whether it's ID card or passport, and then they also ask for a payslip. You don't need to make an appointment. You walk in the bank, you open your account, you get your bob card. If they have cards, you get your card and then you are ready to go. About opening accounts in the UK, there are so many banks, so many online banks that you can open an account in the comfort of your own home. What you do is just that you download the app, enter your details, and then your account is opened, and then they will send your card home to your address. One thing I love about banking in the UK is that they do not require a payslip. A payslip is not a necessity. It's not a requirement for you to open an account. Namibian banks will charge you left, right, and center with anything that you do. Bank transfer, money transfer, anything that you do in the Namibian bank, you are charged. Okay. Even opening an account, you will need to deposit a certain amount of money into that account. But then in the UK, it's like, oh wow, I just love the banking system in the UK because you can transfer money between accounts. You are not charged. Make a free payment from a UK account to another UK account. Maybe let's say you are transferring money to your friend. You are not charged anything. Free withdrawals. You withdraw money for free. Here in the UK, you withdraw money. Free online payments or free payments. When you pay at a speed point, no charges. The only time you get charged is when you transfer money outside the country in a foreign bank. In a foreign bank account, that is when you get charged. Okay, and the other thing is that in the UK, you can close a bank account through the app, okay? It's just that you just need to make sure that the account is in zero balance, and then you can just close the account through the app. You don't have to go to the bank for them to close the account for you. You can just do it yourself in the app. The good thing is that there's so many choices of banks in the UK. So many. Some are online, some are physical, so many. If one bank is not serving you right, you can move on to the next bank. So we have come to the end of today's video. If you want to add anything, please do feel free to put it in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you and bye.